Jin, please, let's go. There is literally no class. Please, let's go. It's not like we'll get to see Kim Namjoon every day. Ji-hyuk pleaded, making Jin rub his forehead from headache. That's what I'm saying. He's a businessman and we are students from theatre and acting department. Why we need to go there? Are you coming or not? Asked his friend, being so done with his friend. Okay, I'm coming. With that, he carried his backpack and went outside with his friend. Now, after 15 minutes, he was just aimlessly searching for his friend, who just disappeared in thin air after leaving him here, in his crowded hole. He just hates that. With that, he carried his backpack and dashed outside from the crowd of students. He was definitely not going to spend his whole day here, so he just called his best friend Yoongi and was invited at his place within seconds. So Jin just dashed out towards his car to go at his buddy's house. Meanwhile, Namjoon was just rubbing his forehead from being irritated from the traffic and sound pollution outside. How much more time? Barked Namjoon with frustration in his voice. Sir, it is around 5 km long traffic. I don't think we can make it in a time, said his driver in a white dress after checking the data on his phone. Namjoon took his phone out of his pocket and called Hoseok to send someone else at the college instead of him, as he is already late and now not in a mood to. Namjoon took his wallet and put a gun on the back pocket, and after that he hopped off the car, asking the driver to come from his own. After 30 minutes of walking, Namjoon finally managed to come out from the lines of the vehicles. Now he was at the local road, and from here he can definitely book a cab. When he checked his mobile to book a cab, there was no sign of cab in that area, as most of them were stuck in the traffic. He roared, but a sigh escaped from his lips when his stomach rolled. He just turned his face left and right to see if there was anything to eat. His face glowed after seeing a small cafe at the corner of the road. Something nice happened with him in this whole day, otherwise everything was testing his patience from the morning. He put the mask on his face before entering the cafe, and as soon he entered in the cafe, he was collided with something or someone. But the next thing he knew, that is, this much expensive dress was soaked in what? Banana milk, and his shoes were covered with a piece of cake. These were expensive than this whole cafe. He was about to throw a fist on whoever it was, but he got stuck when he saw a familiar boy. But where he is not just remembering. Meanwhile, Jinkook just got terrified when he spilled his banana milk and cake on such a rich man. Is this man really gonna beat him? He closed his eyes to get a punch, but when he felt nothing, he opened his eyes only to see a boy in front of him, intensely staring at him. Jungkook quickly took it as a chance and apologized from the man in front of him. Sorry, sir, I'm so sorry. I didn't do it intentionally. I'll ask Jinhyung to pay for your loss. Sorry, sir. It's when everything clicked in Namjoon's memory. So the bunny look like boy in front of him is the one who was threatening to beat him that day. He himself was unaware that how a smile took place on his face. Meanwhile, Jungkook was just scratching his knee, feeling little awkward as a stranger was giving him a creepy smile. So he just coughs a little, which makes Namjoon come out of his thoughts. No, Jungkook, there is no need to ask for Jin to pay. It's okay, said Namjoon with his usual stern look on his face. How do you know my name and do you know my Jinhyung? Asked Jungkook while furrowing his eyebrows a little. You can say that. I'm a friend of your Jinhyung between are you skipping your classes? Said Namjoon, completely diverting from the topic when he noticed that Jungkook is in his school dress in the early hours of the morning, which caught Jungkook off guard, and his mind quickly starts to make some excuse to save him from his brother. Oh, actually, my friend, he just goes sick, so I just drop him at his house, and more than a half day have passed. So I thought to better go at home. Jungkook takes a calm breath when he noticed that his Hyung's friend seemed to believe on his lie. Well, Namjoon was more than sure that the boy in front of him is telling a lie, but he decided to play along with him. Hyung, can I go? Asked Jungkook while fidgeting his fingers while looking down. Well, He was feeling intimidated by this complete stranger in front of him. No. Why? Asked Jungkook, little scared from the man in front of him. I mean, your drink and cake just spilled, so it is only better that let me give you a treat, said Namjoon now with soft tone in his voice, which makes the younger in front of him relax a bit. No need, Hyung. Jungkook just gave a sheepish smile, but Namjoon manages to hand Jungkook and another banana milk pack and a piece of cake. Thanks, Hyung. Can you just not? I mean to say that. Can you just not tell all of this to Jin Hyung? I mean to say, he'll scold me that I spoiled your suit, asked Jungkook, trying his best to look confident in front of Namjoon so that he would not tell Jin about his bunk, or else he will just tell to everyone with a speaker in his hand, and he can't risk his old good boy image in front of others, and especially he can't see Jin laughing his at misery. Well, went well when Namjoon agreed to not to tell this to Jin, and Isao Jungkook successfully escaped from an eye of the evil. When Jin came back at the home, Jungkook was already done with his homework. Goal literally. Only Jin knows that how much he hates his brother to be perfect in everything. Like seriously, from whom he inherited this? There is no one genius like him in this family. Did you clean your room? Asked Jin while preparing for the dinner. Meanwhile, his voice went in deaf ears. He yelled the same thing two more times, and when he was finally about to burst from the anger, his question was answered. I did long ago, not like you. When mom asks you to do something, you end up doing that 1,000 years later, just like a viral meme. Jin just bites his tongue at the insult from his younger brother, who was just now probably laughing from the upstairs, imagining the reaction from his brother. Jin was at the loss of words as his tongue was not wicked like his brother. A cold disturbs his process of flipping the omelette. He turns off the gas and thank God he picked the coal right away, or his mom would have given him a half-hour lecture. As playful he was when he picked the coal, his mood was after hanging on the coal was complete opposite. He just finished the cooking with the bad mood. Jungkook came downstairs when he noticed the sadness in his brother's voice while asking him to come downstairs for dinner. Jungkook was surprised to see the other one so calm, so he just played a trick to make his Jinhyung come back from his gloomy state. Jinhyung, hand me a glass of water, asked Jungkook, and Jin gave him a water, which literally dropped the jaw of Jungkook. What happened? You just did what I asked for, and that too without any argument, asked Jungkook when he got the complete opposite reaction from his older brother. Jin just gave a light smile. Tomorrow is the birthday of Jihoon, and well, mom and dad they both are not here, so they asked us to celebrate his birthday tomorrow by decorating the house and cooking his favorite meals. Well, we are the only guests, so let me tell you that what you need to do tomorrow. Jin got startled when Jungkook slammed his plate on the table. Jungkook, what is this? Asked Jin. Meanwhile, Jungkook was whole irritated from the whole conversation. Please, Jinhyung, don't act like stupid. What's the point of celebrating a birthday of the person who is probably dead? Why to waste your time and money for? Jungkook was cut off by a harsh slap on his face from Jin, who is completely regretting at his choice after seeing the fat tears flowing from the doe eyes of his younger brother. He is our brother. Don't say that. He may be alive, said Jin between his sobbings escaping from his mouth. Jin just hugged his brother, whose lips were trembling. Why, Jinhyun? Why can't they love me? A tear escaped from Jin's eyes. I'm with you, but please don't hate Jihoon for your sufferings, Cookie.